Hello, friends. My Friday meditations in e-news during Lent are going to come to you via video, not via the written word, part of a project we're engaged with at St. Mark's to bring you videos during this Lenten season. Many of you know that our director of music, Michael Bloss, is presenting 40 small organ recitals, one on every day of Lent, recorded not only on the organs in St. Mark, but on organs throughout our region. We hope that this pilot video project will help you delve deeper into the spirituality and mystery and contemplative nature of this sacred season as we walk closer and closer towards its climax and, of course, await the glory of Easter Day. Lent always begins with the story of Jesus' temptation in the wilderness. H.A. Williams once said that Lent is Easter in disguise, which makes me wonder if the wilderness isn't actually paradise in disguise, too. Now, that sounds odd since we think of the wilderness as barren and grim, and Lent as being dour and tedious. Yet why do we think of the wilderness as barren, and why do we ignore the fact that Lent is derived from an ancient word for spring? That being said, throughout history, the wilderness has represented danger, chaos, and uncertainty, whereas civilization has represented order, security, and assurance. But civilization may not be all it's cracked up to be either. Most of us can't wait to get away from it all, to go back to the wilderness and recharge. In this part of the world, it's cottage country, but as you all know, I'm a child of the West, and so I always associate getting away from it all with going west into the mountains. I grew up, you see, in a civilization where people have historically gone west. It's been like that for generations. People dared to leave civilization and went into an unknown wilderness where they found life and self and purpose. Yet at some point they stopped and settled down and built a simulacrum of the civilizations they'd left. That's also true of the church, both as an institution and as individuals. Yet we aren't called to settle down and be comfortable. We're called to go into the wilderness. That is to say, we're called to break down all of the false structures of so-called civilization, be they oppressive systems or arbitrary divisions or unquestioned assumptions, and help let the glorious life of Eden flourish again. For here's the thing. Even though our sacred tradition tells us that we're Eden's ruiners, it also tells us that we're called to help be its restorers, since all of us carry around within the dream of Eden and yearn for its lost promise. Remember that Jesus went into the wilderness after he was baptized. Theologically speaking, baptism is a death. Sometimes, since a journey west is a journey towards the sunset, it's understood to be a metaphor for death. But we don't stop in the West, and death isn't ultimate. For the wilderness journey which Lent symbolizes ends in the East, in the garden through which the river of life flows and which is bathed in unconquerable light, the place where the dream comes fully alive, the wilderness tamed and cultivated and restored through the death of one who was once mistaken to be only its gardener.